Hello there, Justin Davey here again. A little video which follows on from my recent investigation of the Tokina 11-16 lens when using the Commlite adapter onto the Sony A7S camera. Really that video was just a demonstration of the field of view which you can obtain when using that particular lens on a full frame camera. Obviously it's designed for an APS-C sensor, so really the lens, as you'll see from the video, do check it out if you haven't already done so, is really only usable from about 15mm onwards. Anyway, the comment this evening was, okay, fair enough, but what does the Commlite adapter work like for autofocusing with the Tokina lens? So you're currently looking at the Tokina lens set to 16mm. I'm at f2.8 to get the narrowest depth of field, the shallowest depth of field possible. Obviously on a very wide lens you don't get an extremely shallow depth of field because obviously your field of view is extremely wide. But what I'm just going to try and do is, I've got the lens at f2.8, camera's at a 50th, auto ISO, and we're just going to see if it will latch on to this pile of boxes in my studio here. So I've got it as out of focus as I can on this lens. I'm just going to squeeze the shutter button and see what happens. Here we go, pressing it now. So as you can see, it changed, but it hasn't latched on. We'll try again. And again. Okay, didn't like that at all. Let's try the pencil pot with a pair of green scissors. Here we go. Now, interesting look, it is focusing, but then it's going, oh, no, and now, that happened earlier when I was trying this. It doesn't really want to do anything. Let's just bring that back into the pile of boxes again, try again. Doesn't seem to want to do anything. Whether you can hear that, let me just bring the microphone to the lens. So as you could probably hear there, it doesn't seem to want to latch on to anything at all. So what I would say to anybody considering the Tokina 11-16 for still photography, perhaps more so than video, autofocus doesn't work at all. It's trying and then it's not really doing anything. What I will do now, sorry, bear with me, let me just reattach my microphone. What I will do now is, just for comparison purposes, I'm going to keep the camera rolling because I'm actually recording this on my Ninja Blade. I'm going to swap it with another lens just to demonstrate what autofocus works like for, in this case, I'm just putting my lens caps on for the Tokina lens. I'm going to put my Canon 24-105 f4 lens onto the camera. Here we go. This is obviously at f4 because it's the lowest aperture, and obviously the field of view is somewhat different. This is at 24mm. I'm in autofocus mode. Now let's just see what this lens autofocus is like. Pressing the button now. Now that's interesting because that's not working either. And it was working perfectly. So is it an issue with the camera as well? It's doing exactly what the Tokina was doing. It's quieter, obviously. Let me just go into still mode for a second. Now the sound will go, so let me just see what happens if I go into still mode. Sorry, back to video mode again. I'm not sure whether you picked up on what was going on there, but again, seemed to struggle. So I'm not getting good autofocus at all with this Commlite adapter in video mode. It works okay in still mode on, I know it does on this 24-105. As you can see, it seems to be struggling. Now let me just have a quick look on my menus just to see if I've inadvertently turned something off. You never know. Just having a look through video mode. Don't find anything about focusing, movie manual exposure, focus, I can't see anything that I would have turned off by mistake. Can't see anything for any particular setting for autofocus in video mode. Maybe somebody will correct me. No, I really can't see anything. So maybe this Commlite adapter doesn't want to autofocus. Certainly not in video mode. We'll just go into still mode one more time, so we'll lose the audio for a second. So that was working okay. I just had a thought. Let me just try to light this a little bit better. Maybe that would help. Get a bit of light on the subject. Okay, let's try focusing on this sandwich box again. It's interesting. I don't know whether you can pick up on that, but it's only kind of focusing halfway. It's just stopping. You see that? Let's go right in. Now that's interesting. That's just focused perfectly, look. And I am in video mode. Let's go over to the scissors. Focus. Focus. Back again. And again. So it would seem that zoomed in it's quite happy at focusing. But it's stopped now, look. Stopped. Let's try zooming in a little bit. No. There we go, that's okay. And stopped. It's given up. So, I don't know. I don't know what that's achieved, really. It would seem, maybe the lighting isn't very good. Maybe I'll do another test tomorrow in daylight. But it would seem that autofocus is fine on the Canon 24-105 at about 35mm onwards. But on the Tokina, didn't like autofocusing at all. Now this is obviously only with the Commlite adapter. Haven't tried the Metabones, but it'd be interesting to see if anyone wants to comment. Please subscribe. I hope that was reasonably useful. It was a very ad hoc video. It wasn't really worked out. There may be a bit of waffle in there. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Cheers.